USA. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 2.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards there and a first down. Now Smith. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Smith. And that is incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. The Ravens at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do them any favors. They gave them 2 road games right out of the gate. But the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson looking to throw on third. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, Smith. He finds Douglas complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Jackson from the shotgun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
From his goal line here, Smith. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Nice move, but got him nowhere. Still backed up. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Able to slither by. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Jackson. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And the Ravens strike first at 3 zip. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 25. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Smith. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith steps away to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Yetur Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this returnable for Hill. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Gibson again. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run with Gibson. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Gibson running right. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They go play action with Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Gibson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. To throw is Jackson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Tucker's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. Here's Smith. And he'll just get rid of it. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Got it to Bell on the out route. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Play action. It's Smith. And this one is incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Smith throwing again. He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Smith. And this incomplete. Oh, my. He might have been celebrating in the end zone if he'd held on. Nearly picked, but instead, it'll bring up 4th down. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Throw left side, complete. That's Hill. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards there for number 15.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Jackson. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing now is Gino. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson now. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. From the 16, Jackson. This is caught. Touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, you know, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. They will start this drive with Ford. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Gino now to throw. Caught here by Bell. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now it's Smith. Flushed out right. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in here by Chase. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Finds his man over the middle. It's Likely. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Jackson will throw again. No hesitation, goes right back to Likely. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Jamar Chase, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Geno on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Ford. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. To throw again on second down. Smith dancing to his... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The final shot here before break. Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona, and that game is tied 10-all in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Brian Robinson with a touchdown run. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Najee Harris. 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have a 3-touchdown lead as we're about ready to go into the second half. And to get you through it, we give it back to Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On second down, here's Gibson again, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Once more, Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That really sets him back, a loss of 6.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. They'll go up the middle here with Moss. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been terrific so far. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Smith. He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas. 7 yards there and a first down. Smith now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Smith. Tries the right side, and he finds Bell. 7 yards there and a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Douglas. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Ford. And he's got it down to the 28.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Now Smith. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, here's Smith. Touchdown, Browns! Kadarius Toney, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate, the receivers catch it, the ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
Second and 9 now from the 21. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground.
And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Back to throw, Smith. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Smith. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go now. Bronco leading.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Smith. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
On the draw, it's Gibson.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jackson.
On target to his man, likely.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson, options out left. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson.
Complete to Likely. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, that one complete to Hill. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
Here's Jackson to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Breaking through to drop him, that's Perrion Winfrey.
And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Cleveland offense making their way out. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter
run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the air now with Smith. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. To throw is Smith. He finds his man, complete. It's Ford. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear a lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and now that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. To the air again, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
They'll go again with Gibson.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He is going to find Hill here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. A give up the middle to Gibson.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.